3, 4, 5. 5 of these. And then we have everything we need for a ship control panel, so we'll buy that, just sort of right off the bat. And we will then put that in our little handy-dandy inventory here for us to use. So let's get back up here. It looks like we have everything we need to build our ship. And Karen here has given us all the other stuff that we need. So yeah, we're pretty much good. We'll go through the tutorial portion here, so let's take a look at how the ship works. Since our ship is in such a bad shape, we'll need to rebuild most of its components. I'll explain the basic components so we can figure out what to do. Every ship will need at least one propeller facing vertically. Those will apply vertical forces and allow our ship to travel up and down. You also need at least one propeller facing horizontally, which will allow us to travel horizontally. In addition, we'll need engines to power these propellers, but they'll also power guns, grinders, and other things. If your ship doesn't have enough power, your components will be weaker than normal, and of course we need a control panel to sort of finish things off. It's generally recommended that you have a balloon too, seeing as how it will help us fly, though it's not necessary. Alright, so we have the components now, we can rebuild our ship, and without further ado, let us begin. So, you can actually board ships inside this game and just sort of do like mid-air combat and all that stuff. So, eventually you do have to sort of pick out how you build your ships strategically. But for our sake, I mean, I'll just put the control panel right next to the door because I don't expect the enemy to board us or attack us this soon. And the rest of the stuff is just really propellers and engines. So, as you may have remembered from the very start of the video, how the ship originally looked like was that it had a few propellers on the bottom, and the bottom level of the ship here was mainly just engines. So I'm going to try to do the same thing. These are going to just go right there and there. And we're going to need engines, and we have a fair amount of these, so we'll just come down here, place down 1, 2, 3. Did we only get 3? I swear we got 4. And once we get those, we can just pop back up, get into our control panel here, and all I want to do is just lift our ship up in the air. And that'll allow us reach into these areas where we can put down the other 2 propellers that we get. So we want one down here, and we want one over here because that will help us go much faster. There we go. We can take a look at these 2. So we have some bronze engines here. You get the stats about it, and also the crude propellers and all that stuff. But anyhow, let's pop back up, let's talk to Karen once again, and the ship is working now. We'll need to get to Storm to deliver whatever thing that we took. And it's generally a good idea to add more propellers to our ship, but in reality you only need 1, 2. Whoops. Whoops. And there we go. There we go. Now we can fly. Alright, so our ship is up and going from the looks of it. Now we'll need to get to Storm or whatever town that she's talking about. So let's take a look at where exactly that is, and you can find that through this handy little this map here. So this map here, the locations will actually be randomly generated. Last time, the town was over here where we are currently, and it looks like now it has been generated over here, but the map here is really cool in that the game takes place in this world where everything was just essentially these floating islands, and you have these different quadrants of the world, and you have the different airstreams too. It's really rather neat. So with that sort of said, we'll need to get back, since the place is over here now, and we'll just sort of move as fast as possible and get to where we really need to go. Where we now? We are... I see that we are 1 tile to the right of it and 2 tiles. Like that. There we go. So this should, there we go, I see the docking icon. So this should pull us up into port. If I can find the docking area though. Yikes, these are, I see. We are on the bottom area of the island, and it is, had to go around like this. And there we go. Should be able to... Alright, so these towns, I don't believe these towns are randomly generated, though their positioning will be different on the map. So we will just sort of park here in the port. And it's okay, we can just sort of bust down these repairs. What I mean by that is that the parts that we've sort of damaged, we can just sort of repair like that. So it's no big deal if you actually do any damage to any of these parts. So we'll park our ship like that. Since this is the starter ship, it'll automatically be saved right here, but you can have multiple ships and you can pull them out at pretty much any time. So now we're here. What I think we need to do is we'll have to trigger the script for the quest that you're supposed to do. So we'll talk to Karen once again, and she says, "I need to head to the lab. You should bring that tablet to Thora. She'll be in the big university in East Engelstrom." So with that sort of said, let's go and let's find this person. Let's deliver this thing. The neat thing about these towns is that as you sort of explore, you'll find different things. Namely, if you search these bookshelves, they'll give you recipes for cool and interesting things. In addition, a lot of the things inside this game are useful, like these little tabs. Don't really know if you can use the beds, but it doesn't look like it. And I sort of know that I know the town layout here fairly well, and the vast majority of the people, they don't really say anything useful. But it's mainly like, yeah, it's a lot of these things, a lot of these nice little town areas. You got houses and people living in them. Really, really good for exploration. But right now, as I'm sure you guys are more or less interested in the plot and going along with the game, we'll just sort of keep on moving forwards. One interesting thing about this game is that it has that mentality where it's like nobody minds if you sort of steal everything like nearby. Like yeah. So yeah, nobody really gives a damn whether or not you break all their crap when you come by. Ooh, we found a first kit recipe, and we found a giant clock recipe, so that's rather interesting. But yeah, lots of machine gun turret too. Capacity recipe. Yeah, nobody really cares if you break all of the stuff here. Breathable air tank and an oil barrel. But anyhow, we need to talk to this person right here. And this is Thora, and this is the person that we have been contracted to for this tablet. So she says, "You have the translation tablet. This text, it's amazing. With this we can start making some real progress. Here's your payment for getting this," and it looks like we got 5,000 credits for whatever the currency is. And she says there's a huge uproar around the SOC, which is the sort of government faction or whatever it is. But apparently they are offering huge rewards to who can bring them people that had desecrated their temple. We need to be really careful that they do not find us. And she says, "Tell me, what actually happened at the temple that, you had found this at?" And I suppose that seeing as our person can't talk, or doesn't, the chat bubbles don't appear for us, looks like, she says, "Really? I never realized something like that was even possible." So it looks like our guy must have told her about the large explosion there. And she says, technology must be even more amazing than we can possibly imagine. If we can unlock the secrets of it, we can change the world, but it'll take some time for me to decipher this tablet. In the meantime, we should prepare for the worst. We have a secret research facility we are conducting research in. It's here in this town. Look for the wooden hatch in the ground at the bottom right of the town. Look for our head researcher there, Walter. He should be able to provide some gear for us to defend ourselves. Alright, so yeah, one of the things about this game is that it sort of throws you into this world. It's really rather pretty, you know, but it doesn't really say much about the context of what is happening in this world. And the general premise that I'm able to figure out is that the SOC is sort of this this oppressive government group, and they control most of these towns and places. And the main thing is that the actual going into those temples, as you may have remembered from the intro, isn't exactly legal. And the other thing is that inside the quests inside this game, most of them, they don't seem to have these waypoint markers for the actual like locations, but we're supposed to come down here, and there's a couple of interesting individuals that we're supposed to talk to down here, starting out with Karen once again. So the SOC are catching on. She needs to stay here and handle security, so it looks like we will, we will need to, we'll just be a one-man crew now. And looks like she tells us about her friend, which has a shop here, which will be able to provide us with a few armaments. But the main person that we want to talk to is up here. He has a little research lab, is what I think this area is, but it's this area. We have to talk to Walter over here, and he says, he says, if my calculations are correct, these changes should be able to effing blow the breaches off, didn't see you there, I'm Walter, the lead researcher around here. What can I do for you? Yes, things are going to get a lot more complicated now that the SOC is starting to take notice. I can help you out. Take these machine gun turrets and place them upon your ship. They should help you defend yourself whenever you need. I'm also giving you a radio, so if you get stuck, you can call for help. Feel free to explore the facilities over here. I guess we will. And he also refers us to Wilhelm in the lab up there, which we might find interesting. So, with that sort of said, let's go, and let's talk to the other person. Got a nice little lab here with some more things that we can take. Found a recipe for a heavy machine gun, so that's good too. And we can find Willem over here, and he says, hi, I'm Willem. I'm here to help out with Walter's energy research, and I have also a number of special projects on the go that could indirectly help us. Our research here might not necessarily be legal, but it's definitely cutting edge. I'm actually making great progress on a elixir over here. I need some help making one and testing it. Are you interested in helping? So this will start out a side quest, and we might as well go, yes. So all we need to do is create one of these potions and get back to him. In the meantime, I still want to explore what exactly is over here. So he has a research table, and he also has another crafting table of sorts. So fairly interesting. Ooh, we can actually also build another ship from this point too, but I don't think we will. Anyhow, we can also come in. Is that a turret? Why do you keep these things? Why? Yeah, no, I didn't find this the first time I looked into this. There's just a turret inside that room. Those things are actually quite valuable if you destroy them, to my knowledge. And yeah, they blow up really rather fast if you have the drill equipped. So that was interesting. I think we're supposed to go back now to that lady inside the university. So let's go there. Let's check out what we can find there. And we'll pop back up here, go up through the little porthole here, and let's talk to this person over here. So Thora says, once again, you're back. I hope Walter didn't give you a hard time. I managed to decipher the tablet you gave me. Now I should be able to read the ancient Etherkin. We need to find more tablets so we can learn more. Apparently there are numerous temples around here scattered throughout the world. The one that we explored was only one of them. She has locations of a few more, and she said she'll mark them on our map. So we'll just go out and find them and really just see what tablets are inside them. And with that sort of said, let's go. Alright, so the game sort of starts off here. I suppose we'll have to get back to our ship and we'll get that re-equipped. In the meantime, we can also explore a couple of these shops. So for example, this one over here, just going off of that sign right there, should be a general store. So we can talk to this person, and it looks like we have a few recipes and a few things that they can sell us here. So again, very, very interesting. Let's see. This person sells actually just pretty much recipes and armor. I should note that the suit that we sort of start out originally, it's fairly weak. So with that sort of said, it's really rather difficult to take on the SLC right away. We're just going to get back to our ship, and we're just going to go back and we're going to equip it. So we'll take the fast way around there. And what that involves is going up around here. Just like that. Damn it, I keep on forgetting that these doors, I've already opened them. I don't need to close them once again. Now, if I'm correct, I believe we can actually steal these things. I'm trying to tick off that propeller, but it doesn't look like we can. Oh well. In that case, I suppose we'll just return to our ship. The dock manager appears to be having quite some fun with propellers upon our fine vessel. So we'll just get up. We will take off so that it doesn't kill the dock manager. And we will just really continue building our ship here. So, unfortunately, one of our propellers seems a little bit damaged, so I'll just try to repair that. Do I have the right tool equipped? Ah, that's why my inventory thing here has been switched around for some reason. No, it's apparently working fine. Alright, well in that case, that's good. Let's build up our ship now. So we're going to go to building, and we can now add 2 machine guns and some other good stuff to our ship, and let's just place those down immediately. So far, I mean, on the starter ship here, the only place that I've found that you can put these machine guns is either you can remove the windows and you can just sort of set them down here, or alternatively, you can sort of mount them. Yeah, we can either mount these turrets sort of here, but they'll block out these windows, and it's not really a big concern. I mean, it just looks kind of weird. But I think we'll do something like that. I mean, I've also messed around with them, and you can also put them on the top, too. Looks like our turrets are a little underpowered, but that's alright. And going from there, what we can do now is that these turrets are actually, they're fairly brittle. So what we can do is that at the expense of its firing capacity, where its turret rotation, we can equip them with some of these wooden blocks like that. And this will provide a minor amount of armor. Like that. And this is fairly useful sort of later on inside the game, where it's like you want to build up your ship, but you want to make it so that your ship can last a little bit longer in the fight, and we'll do something like that. We'll come back up here and let's take a look at where we're supposed to go now. Looks like there's a couple more places inside this little quadrant here that we can explore, so I guess we'll sort of go out and do that now. I will sort of leave off right here. When we come back, we will go out and journey forth. See you guys then.